Welcome to the Elgin Barrow Arena for the under 14 AAA Oshawa Minor Generals to take on Richmond Hill, and it's going to be Parker Shaw getting the start for your Generals and Featherstone at the other end for Richmond Hill. The first puck gets dumped in, and Featherstone takes that off the back end boards. Face-off is off to the left of the Richmond Hill goal. Putting it in behind the net here to try and win this battle. It's a big hit in behind on the left side to try and walk it out in front. Bartlett was waiting out in front of the net. It goes back here to the line again for Conlon Kennedy. Kennedy's shot is going to go in wide. It's still off in that left corner though. Taken away here by Richmond Hill. They can't get it out. Turnaround shot by Sterling is off to the corner. Bartlett went for the hit. He gets hit down. There's a shot. Left pad stop there by Featherstone. Try to keep this in the zone now. Tipped out as they try and keep it in the Richmond Hill end. As that's back in behind the net, they try and fire it away. Kept in by Zach Naish, whose shot goes wide. From behind the goal again, looking for the wraparound out in front of the goal. It goes back to the line for Naish. Zach Naish will sweep this away. Knocked down here by Richmond Hill as they bring it in, and it's a shot here for Pang, who's in and scores. Pang on his first shot, and Richmond Hill's first shot of the game puts it 5-4 through Shaw to make it 1-0. .110 into the game, and Richmond Hill strike first. Emerson Davis will dump it in. Knocked down here from center. Trying to get to this loose puck here was Richmond Hill. Over here to the other side, it's going to get kept in here by Hutchings from the line. Trying to sweep this back to the left and behind the goal now. Goes back to the blue line as they try and keep it in at that point. From LePage behind the goal it goes. Trying to work this out in front here. Comes around the other side, and Richmond Hill get the opportunity to clear it out of their own end as they take a hit. Trying to keep it in the zone. It gets knocked down and kept in the Richmond Hill end. From their own end, they start this out. It's a lead pass that went over the stick as they try and bring it in. Riley Brandt tries to knock it down and drops it back here for LePage. To the other side, they move it up here for Ethan Chapman now. Chapman will dump it in. All the way back in behind the net. From behind the goal, they started out. Riley Brandt trying to get here to the loose puck. From behind the goal there, it's back in behind the net now against Bartlett. Kept in here with a shot. It goes in wide of the left pad of Featherstone. Out in front, and it's going to get cleared away out of the zone. From their own end comes Conlon Kennedy after it now. Kennedy's pass is tipped in. Right on goal. It goes back in behind the Richmond Hill net. Coming around the side on the left end. Shot. That gets blocked away there by Featherstone. Off to the corner for Davidson. From behind the net now. Trying to get it out of his own end. Sweeping it away there was Davidson along with Bartlett in that corner to try and get it out. Richmond Hill will try and get it out of their own end. Kept in here by Davidson, who will sweep it in behind the Richmond Hill goal. There's a lead pass that gets tipped away through center as they bring it in. Swept off his stick there by Bluen from center, but he couldn't go with it. And here comes Sterling with it, back up the other way. The pass was broken up and sent back into the Oshawa end. From behind the goal it goes for Davis, who tries to get it out, and Riley Brandt tried to as well. Emerson Davis from his own end. Davis with a hard shot to knock it down. Here comes Bluen to try and make his way through. Bluen will take it from behind the net and set it up in front, but that gets taken away by Richmond Hill. The lead pass is broken up here by Bluen, who's trying to get to that loose puck. A left pass save, and Featherstone will hold on to it. Face-off now is off to the left of the Richmond Hill end. Taken away here by Richmond Hill as they laid it out. Trying to get around Emerson Davis here for a chance. Backhand in wide past Parker Shaw. Here comes a chance now for Bluen to try and get it out. Got it up here for Ethan Jackman, who brings it in. Jackman against Featherstone and scores! Ethan Jackman muscles his way to the net and stuffs it in to tie things at 1. Bartlett now will take this draw here from center. Won by Richmond Hill. As they're going to look for a pass off the back end boards. Gets knocked down here by Elijah LePage. Back into the zone it goes. It's going to roll right into Shaw, who's going to stop it and then freeze it up. Chan's going to take this draw just off to the right of the Oshawa end. Here's Moynes with a shot on net. Scooped up right off the draw by Shaw. Chan's going to take this draw now just off to his right. Won by Oshawa though. LePage trying to get it out of his own end. From behind the goal. It's right in front of the net there for Chan and can't get to it. Bartlett was from behind as well. Back here to the blue line. Shot through screen. Blocked away by Shaw. Kept in by Moynes now. Moynes to the front of the net. Taken away by Bartlett as he fires it around for Ethan Chapman. Chapman will try and clear it out of his own end, but that gets knocked down. Conlon Kennedy from his own end now. Kennedy will move it over here for LePage as he looks for an open lane. Max Hutchings as well there from center, and Chapman will dump it in. For Conlon Kennedy, he dumps it deep back into the Richmond Hill end. And that will go for icing. Jackman's going to take this draw now deep into the Oshawa end. Wins it cleanly and fired away. Riley Brandt tried to get to that loose puck, but it's Jackman who brings it in. Jackman around one. Shot just over the blocker hand of Featherstone. Up and out of play. Face-off is off to the right of the Richmond Hill end. Pushed back in behind the net now. Here comes Richmond Hill with a chance to clear it out. That'll be on that left side to try and get it out of his own end, and gets knocked down here by Ethan Sterling. Over here now for Davis, who's not going to get to it. Riley Brandt will be there and flip it in. Brandt trying to be the first one here on the puck, as it's a big collision in behind the goal now. Looking for the loose puck to try and get it out. From behind the net, they try and drop it in behind the goal for Riley Brandt. Goes back to the line for Sterling, who shoots one. It gets stopped there by Featherstone as they clear it away. Up through center, he brings it in. He's going to lose control of it. And here comes a chance now back up the other way for Ethan Jackman up over the line. Jackman will put the brakes on and try and keep control of it. Set it up to the side. Shot. Hitting everybody out in front of the net and goes up and out of play. Face-off is off to the right of the Richmond Hill end now. Bartlett's kicked out of the draw, so here comes Bluen in to take it. Won by Richmond Hill. Moynes takes it from behind his own net. Gets another opportunity here in the right corner. From behind the net, it's taken away by Richmond Hill. From out of their own zone, he tried to get it out. It's in behind the net now to try and get to that loose puck. Zach Nash is going to try and keep it in. And he will from the blue line as they tip it away right in on goal. It's going to miss Parker Shaw, who steers it off here for Conlon Kennedy. Kennedy moves it away up through center over the stick. From their own end. He's going to scoop this up from his own zone now. Going to take a hit and try and elude the checker from behind the goal. Emerson Davis is going to keep this in and try and flip it in behind the net. It's still loose from the side, and here they come up through center. Richmond Hill are going to lose it here from center ice against Dobbs. Batted down with a glove hand back into the Oshawa end by Nash now. Zach Nash with a pass up through center. Tries to dump it in. Back in behind the net it goes on the left side. From behind the net, they're going to skate this out of their own end. And they're going to have pressure on them. Here comes a chance. Dropping it back to the blue line for Emerson Davis. A shot. It's going to go in wide on that shot from the line. Jackman will scoop it up. Ethan Jackman from the left corner now. Jackman tried to win this battle along with Chapman. Coming around the side here. Davis is going to try and keep it in, but it gets swept past him. From their own end, trying to win this battle here for Richmond Hill, but Jackman coming back nicely on defense. Over here for Max Hutchings. Hutchings through center is going to try and win that race. Chapman shot is wide. Bouncing off the back end boards, off the back end of the net. Coming around the side here for Bartlett, who tried to keep it in. Bartlett a shot high and wide. Sterling will keep it in. Off to the right for Bartlett. Behind the goal, he takes a hit. Trying to get on his man here for an opportunity for Richmond Hill to clear it out. It's up through center and knocked down by Nash with a high stick. Bartlett's going to take this draw now. It gets won by Richmond Hill to try and tip it in. Dump back into the zone as it goes in behind the net there for Zach Nash. Nash's pass is picked off as they try and pick up this loose puck. From behind their own goal, Riley Brandt tips it away through center. And away comes Davidson, sending it in. Right on goal to get covered by Featherstone. Face-off now is off to the left of the Richmond Hill end. It's back in behind the goal. There was Davidson to try and get it from behind the goal now. Taken away by Richmond Hill as they try and find an open lane. From behind their own net, he's going to take a hit and try and keep it in the zone with Bartlett. From the side, trying to throw it up in front. That gets tipped away. Conlon Kennedy trying to hold the line right on goal, and it'll get covered and held on to by Featherstone. Jackman now to take this draw just off to the right of the Richmond Hill end. Dobbs was going to the loose puck, kept in here by Elijah LePage. LePage tried to keep it in from behind the net and walk it out. He's going to drop it to try and find Bluen in behind the net. Taking off his stick. Still loose and shot on net. High and wide over the goal. Trying to keep it in from the left side. Knocked down here from center as Jackman tried to flip it in and got taken away here by Richmond Hill. They're going to find this loose puck here and bring it in. Coming up over the line with a shot just over the glove hand of Parker Shaw. Trying to tip it out, but there's a big hit there by Alati. Nicolo tried to pick up that loose puck as it comes over here to the other side. Gonna look here for a pass as he gets it over here. Up through center, knocked down by Zach Naish. Naish from his own end. Sees Pang on him and gets it away from him. Jacob Bartlett through center. Bartlett will dump it to himself as he's going to try and beat Moynes to the puck. From behind the goal, he sets it up in front and taken away by Richmond Hill. They'll skate it away through the neutral zone and bring it in. Shot on net is covered up and held on to by Parker Shaw. Chan now to take this draw just off to the right of the Oshawa end. From behind the goal, Emerson Davis tried to get it, and Chapin will chip it away for Max Hutchings. Hutchings is trying to flip his way through, and he gets knocked down before he could get to the puck. It's on the left corner. Taking a hit in behind the goal now. Still loosened to get it back to the line. Taken away by Richmond Hill. Out of their own end with a lead pass up here for Chan. Taken off his stick at the other end now by Zach Naish. Naish's pass is picked off. And here comes a chance here for Strober, who couldn't get to it. Kept in by Folko, who will fire it wide. Off to the side for Chan. Back to the line. That goes over the stick, and Folko will have to come back after it in his own end. Folko trying to get around the defender here as that goes down the ice. We're getting a penalty coming up as that goes right into Shaw, who touches it. Bluen will take this draw just off to the right of the Oshawa end. Here comes a chance to keep control of it for Richmond Hill. Bluen can't get it out, so LePage takes a couple whacks away at it against Rennie. Pushed off to the side now. Keeping control of it there was Mameliti. Mameliti will move it over here to the side. The penalty went to Chapman. There's a shot that'll get gathered with ease by Parker Shaw. Face-off is off to the left of the goal. Trying to clear it out. Got kept in there right from the line. Pushed in deep for Nicole. Back to the blue line for Rennie, who tried to take a shot to the net. Steered off to the left by Parker Shaw, who picks it up and tries to throw it back in front. Right in front of the goal, taken away by Oshawa as they lead it out for Bluen. Elliot Bluen tried to dump it in. And that's a chance now for Owen Dobbs. Shot! Stopped there by Featherstone with that short-handed opportunity by Dobbs. From behind their own goal, Richmond Hill have that. Trying to dig away at that loose puck, and it'll come free from behind the goal. Knocked down by Jackman. Shot! That gets blocked. Kept in by Oshawa's Emerson Davis. Davis will put it in on his backhand behind the net as they'll scoop that up from behind their own goal. It's a lead pass up through center to try and bring it in. He's got a pass trying to get it over there for Nick Old and couldn't do it. Now picked up here by O'Meara. O'Meara back to the line, and Folko couldn't shoot. Out in front again for O'Meara, trying to dig away at that loose puck, and Shaw's going to find it. Face-off now is just off to the left of the Oshawa end. Folko will push it from behind the net. Here comes a chance to throw it up in front, and Bartlett's coming after it. From the corner now, back here to the line for Folko. Folko Tried to shoot it and could not do it, so he pushes it off to the side, and Sterling wraps it around, and Moynes will keep it in. Moynes over here now for Foco. Foco will set it up from the slot area. Backhand just over the net. Coming around the side to try and get it out. He'll skate it away through center to come up there with Ethan Chapman. Chapman tried to be the first one on the puck, but it's going to be another Oshawa penalty coming up. Jackman gets the penalty here for another straight power play here for Richmond Hill, and the power play will be off to the left to start it off to the left of Parker Shaw. Here comes a chance to try and win this draw. From their own end, there was blowing to try and get it back here to the line. Pushed off to the side as Owen Dobbs tried to pick it up. Dropped off to the corner. Dobbs is digging away at it with everything he's got to try and get it out of there. Blowing as well. Comes free for Nash. He tries to get it out, and he does. From their own end is Richmond Hill. They'll start it here from center with a pass here for Chan. Chan is getting back here to the line. Back here to the line. And chipped away by Dobbs through center. From their own end now. Brought up over the line by Chan. And it's offside. Face-off is off to the left. And won by Oshawa as they send that down the ice. Back into the corner from behind the goal. He'll scoop it up and try and keep it in behind the net as he'll skate it out of his own end. That lead pass is up here through center. Brought in here by Pang. You can't shoot it. So he dropped it back here to the side. Pang throws it up in front. Here comes a chance. Rolling over the stick and kept in by Richmond Hill. They won't get a final shot away, though, in that first period. Pang open scoring for Richmond Hill, but Jackman had an answer to tie things at 1. But right now, Jackman's got to serve the rest of his penalty to start off period number 2, which has 53 seconds left on it. Face off here from center. Brought in by Richmond Hill. Trying to look at it. A front for a pass. Tipped in from the side and can't convert. Coming off from behind the net. Trying to set it up. He drops it back to the line. Going to look for a shot through a screen. Instead goes to the side. And they score from the side of the net. And that'll be a 2-1 Richmond Hill lead. Faceoff gets won here by Oshawa. Elijah LePage back in his own end. Trying to get around the defender from behind the goal. From behind the net, Richmond Hill keeping control of it. Dropping it back to the blue line who can't shoot. Now he's going to try and drop it back to the line. A shot is going to go off to the corner. From behind the net now is Zach Nash. Nash fired around here for Riley Brandt now. Brandt trying to move it up through center and away they come. Up here with Jackman. He can't get through as it's swept away off his stick. And here comes a chance now back up the other way. From the left side here for Richmond Hill. Right back in. Taken away by Oshawa's Brandt. But can't get it out. Riley Brandt again gets another opportunity at it. And it'll get cleared away. Foco trying to spin away from the checker through center. And Foco will bring it in. Taking off the stick as they try and get here through center ice. As that's Chan picking it up and getting some pressure on there by Riley Brandt. The lead passes over the stick as Jackman tried to pick it up. LePage going back in his own end to give it to Jackman. Ethan Jackman from behind the net. He was serving the penalty to start off the second period, which put Richmond Hill back in the lead at 2-1 at this point in time. From behind the goal, it's back in behind the net. Slapped around the boards to try and get kept in. There's a big hit. Brandt went for the hit, and I think he took the worst of that as he fell down behind the net. Another opportunity to clear it out. Hard around the boards and all the way down the ice. And that is going to die right before, just cross past the red line to go for icing. Face off coming off to the left of the Oshawa end. Trying to get this loose puck backhanded in behind the goal here for Richmond Hill. Looking to get it back to the line with a shot over the mark. coming around the other side. It's trying to get kept in for Oshawa. Right back here in the zone, taken away here and tipped out as Ethan Chapman's coming back after it. Chapman got to race after the puck. Featherstone comes out to play it. Can't get it out of his own end. Kept in by Oshawa, thrown to the net. That'll get covered up by Featherstone. Jackman now going to take the draw. Won by Richmond Hill though. From behind the net, Jackman trying to walk it out. What a shot to score! Owen Dobbs actually is the one that's going to get the goal as he backhands it past Featherstone, and we're tied at 2. Not even 3 minutes into this second period, and we've already got 2 goals. Richmond Hill scored to start off the second period on their power play, and then Owen Dobbs has just answered to tie things up at 2. From their own end, it's a late pass for Elliot Bluin. Bluin on net, stopped by Featherstone, and Bluin has to be pushed out of the way as he was going in on net. Jackman now going to take this draw just off to the left of Featherstone and gets one from behind the net. A chance here for Owen Dobbs now, back to the line. Another chance for Kennedy to the other side for Davis, a shot just over the right pad. Kept in here by Conlon Kennedy. Kennedy takes a hit there by Alati. Behind the net is Jackman. Trying to win the battle. Taken away here on the other side. Back to the line for Conlon Kennedy. Here comes a chance now for O'Meara to try and get it out of his own end along with Bluin. Pang couldn't get rid of it. Jackman walking out. Jackman back to the line. Emerson Davis now for Kennedy off his right skate. Taken away here by Richmond Hill now. From up out of their own end. Pang with a pass. And the shot is going wide by O'Meara. Right in front of the net where Shaw is going to cover it. Face-off is off now to the right of Shaw. Kept in by Richmond Hill with that shot from the line. Getting caught with ease and held on to. Face-off is off to the right of the goal. Won by Richmond Hill. Shot on net, way wide by Foco. Trying to get this off the back end boards from behind the net there. Taken away as here comes an opportunity for Oshawa. They'll skate it out of their own end with that lead pass through center by Ethan Sterling, who's getting hooked up but still brings it in. Still loose from the side. Going to try and get kept in here by Riley Brandt. He'll let his defender get it now. Brandt back to the line for Davidson, who keeps control and sends one in. Blockered away by Featherstone. Kept in by Sterling again. Right to the front of the net for Ethan Chapman, who can't shoot. But it's going to be Davidson to try and get it. And he can't get to the front of the net. Taken away by Richmond Hill behind the goal. Here comes Riley Brandt over here to the other side. It's going to hop here for Chan, who will get it out. Back into their own end it goes now. And it's going to be LePage who gets it from behind the goal and push it around. Still loose here on the left side to try and get it out of his own end. Braden Davidson from behind his own goal fires it around the left side. They'll come up through center as they try and bring it in with Riley Brandt, who dumps it deep over the glove hand and into the corner. Chapman trying to be the first one there. He takes a hit. Ethan Chapman trying to get around the defender on the left side. Taken away by Richmond Hill as they'll skate it away. Slap back in by Oshawa, and Richmond Hill have control of it. That was over here for Max Hutchings, who couldn't get to it. Jackman again, along with Hutchings, trying to dig away at this loose puck and get it out. Taken away as that's up through center now for number 10, who tries to get around the defender. He's getting blocked off by Jacob Bartlett from behind the goal. Right in front, it's going to get taken away here by Richmond Hill. Shot on net is going to get through. Bounces right to the net and covered up by Parker Shaw. Face-off is won. Here comes a shot by Moynes on net, and it's not going to get through. Another shot right to the front of the goal. Shot from the line, it's going to get blocked. Still loose here from the side for Ethan Jackman, who passes it away. Moynes from his own end is going to dump this one in right to Shaw, who's going to stop it and hang on. Face-off is off to the left now of the Oshawa end. Won the draw. Here comes a shot. Just going in wide, whistling to the other side. Kept in here by Richmond Hill, right to the front of the goal. And that's going to get stopped there by Parker Shaw, who will hold on to it. Face-off is off to the right now of the Oshawa end, and we'll get another draw. Blowen's going to come in here to take it. In the defensive end, won by Richmond Hill, a shot. It's going to go wide. Moynes is going to try and keep that in. Cannot do it. Still loose here from the side was Moynes. As they try and dump it back in the zone. Taken away by Conley Kennedy for Dobbs. From their own side, he tried to dump it in. Big hit there at the other end. And we're going to get a whistle. As this one's going to come for interference. And it's another Richmond Hill power play as well because the penalty went to Oshawa. Face-off was off to the right of Parker Shaw. Back into the corner, going for the hit. From that right corner, he walks it out. Right to the front of the net, swept away by Oshawa. Trying to get to that loose puck here. It's going to die right here. Trying to get to that loose puck. He's getting hooked up, and that's going to be a Richmond Hill penalty. And that'll even things up as it'll go for holding. Blowen's going to take this draw on the offensive end. Winning it back here for Zach Nash, who keeps it in. That's getting up here through center for Strober with a pass. They'll try and get here through center ice, and Dobbs went for the hit. It goes back in behind the Oshawa goal now. He's trying to take it back here to the line with a right-hand pass. From behind the goal there was LePage trying to win this battle from behind the net. Blowen's trying to help out as well. Walking it out from the face-off circle. Goes back here to the line. A shot through a screen. Is scooped up by Shaw and held on to. Face-off now is off to the left of the Oshawa end. And dropped back to the line. Moynes' a shot is stopped there by Parker Shaw. Still loose from the side and they'll skate it out. Coming up over the line comes Jackman as he tries to bring it in. Jackman's in that left corner. He's going to take a hit in behind the goal. He's down there in the corner. Trying to walk it out from behind the net. Jackman trying to make his way back to his feet. And it'll get picked up here by Richmond Hill and out. From their own on a shot, it's blocked away and tipped in wide of the net. Trying to bounce this in from the side here for Richmond Hill. They'll get cleared away and that gets knocked down here from center and pushed back in the zone. Right back into the Richmond Hill end it goes. From behind their own net is a pass here. He's getting pressured on and Eladio cleared away for Bartlett to keep it in. Jacob Bartlett tried to get here from center and pushed back in the zone. Back in behind the net it goes now. Conley Kennedy comes in with a hit and now we're going to get a penalty for that. The hit on Jackman from behind doesn't get called. Conley Kennedy comes in with a hit and he gets the penalty out of it. Go figure. We must be in Richmond Hill. That's behind the net. From behind the goal, they try and clear this out. Kept in here from the line. Cleared out there by Oshawa down the ice. Featherstone will leave this from behind the net. From their own zone, that's Foco dropping it off. Bringing it up over the line through center as he comes in. Shot on net is going wide. And another opportunity to try and get this puck. And Nash is going to dig away at it and fire it around down the ice. Featherstone is going to come out here to play this. Instead, he'll let Foco take it from behind. Braden Davidson tried to win the battle from behind this net. Davidson again, still trying to get it here against Foco. From their own zone here, Richmond Hill get the opportunity to clear it out. He's going to make his way through, and that's Chan trying to get one to the front of the net. O'Meara waiting at the side and can't get to it. Shot from the line by Foco is going wide. Oshawa trying to get this from behind the goal now. O'Meara waiting at it front here for a pass. That's not going to come to him. Oshawa trying to get it out, and they do. Trying to start two back up the other way. Sliding it on net. Featherstone coming out to play it. Hits it. Hit the top of the glass. Dump back into the Richmond Hill end it goes for Moynes. Moynes will fire this one away from his own end. And here comes a chance now for Richmond Hill. Getting around the defender from behind the net goes Sterling after it. It's in behind the goal now as Richmond Hill have control back here from Moynes. A shot is going in wide on that shot from the line. From the left side now. He's trying to get it back here from Moynes again. but he can't shoot it. Keeps control of it from Chan. Back to that left side. He's going to try and put it up in front. From the side, he sweeps it away. Here comes a chance back up the other way. Let out by Elliott Bluen. Shot. Stop. Rebound. Can't get to the front of the net. As Dobbs was taken down. Late pass. Here comes a chance now for Richmond Hill, but Sterling was back to get him. Right backhand. Stopped there by Shaw and close. Richmond Hill keeping control of it. Back here to the line for O'Meara now to try and keep it in. Tip past him. Foco had it. Number 76. From their own end, he'll clear it away. Foco trying to get to this loose puck now. Foco will turn it over. Here comes a chance to dump it in the corner for Owen Dobbs, and he's not going to go after the puck. He'll let go off on a change. Foco comes back to get it. With a pass over here for O'Meara. O'Meara is bringing it in up over the line now, looking for the drop pass. Over here to the other side. They're going to look through a shot through a screen. Instead, push it down over the front. Stopped there by Shaw. Right in close on that slot area shot. Down the ice it goes. Featherstone comes out to play it now for Foco. Foco from his own end. Takes his time as he moves it out. Knocked down here from center. And right back in it goes behind the net. Off the side of the goal now. Skating it from his own end. He'll start it out. Ethan Chapman overskated it, or he might have had an opportunity. From their own end there was Sue, who will get it over here to the other side, but nobody there. Around the boards, it's knocked down here by Ethan Chapman. Chapman trying to get around Foco from behind the net, as they'll pick it up again. Chapman trying to win this battle in the corner. Comes free, and now Richmond Hill get the opportunity to skate it out. To try and get around Bartlett. It's turned over to Zach Nash, who tips it off the boards. Looking to catch Richmond Hill going off on a change. Max Hutchings dumps it in. From behind the goal, Hutchings has got it. Right in front of the net. Stopped by Featherstone. Still loose from the side, and Featherstone hangs on to it. Face-off comes off to the left of the Richmond Hill end. Right in front back here for Sterling, who can't shoot it. Through a screen shot. It's really loose from the side. Fired in wide by Max Hutchings. Davidson tried to win the battle from behind the net again. Away now for Bartlett, who takes a hit behind the goal. Hutchings is trying to come after it here, but now it's Nicole. Nicole with a pass up through center as they bring it in. He's got a man going to the front of the goal, but the pass is going to be over the stick there of O'Meara. From their own end, turnaround shot is going in wide past the glove hand of Parker Shaw. Hutchings is trying to get it out and got it up there for Bartlett, who clears it away out of danger. And Bartlett again will get it. This one he'll put even higher over the defenseman and out. From their own end, a lead pass now for Nicole. Nicole is bringing it up over the line, trying to make his way through. Puts it around the side, and Max Hutchings tried to find that loose puck as he went for the hit. From behind the goal, they're trying to win this battle, and it goes up into the stands and out of play. Face-off is off to the right of the Richmond or Oshawa end. From behind the net, Zach Nash trying to win the battle. Walking it out here, back to the line. Trying to get a shot through a screen and can't shoot. Right to the front of the net, it gets taken away here by Oshawa. In that left corner now. Shot through a screen by Foco is going in wide. And that's going to be the final shot here of period number 2. These two teams will go to the dressing room tied up at 2. Ready to go now for period number 3 from the Elgin Barrow Arena, tied at 2 between the under 14 AAA Oshawa Minor Generals and Richmond Hill. Chance here from center. Here comes the first opportunity here for Chang to bring it in. Good defensive play to come back and sweep it away, and then Nace slides into the boards from behind the net. Here comes a chance now for Pang. Pang. Back to the line, kept in by Moynes, who gets it over here for Foco, who can't shoot it. Still loose from the side as they try and clear it away against Dobbs. Off the boards, and Blown's not going to get to it, so Moynes will pick that up. Right on goal, stop, rebound is out of the reach. Kept in though by Oshawa. Right back to the side on the left end. Lead pass up through center, they're going to try and find an open lane. He's coming up over the blue line now, looking for the shot. That got a piece there of Parker Shaw, who got his glove on it. Here comes Pang again. Pang from behind the net, can't set it up in front. Flipped away there and right back in. Knocked down by Oshawa, but they can't get to the loose puck. Trying to get around LePage. There was Pang behind the net. Pang, wraparound. Stopped it by Shaw, who makes a stop on the wraparound. Coming around the boards, kept in by Rennie. Rennie couldn't shoot it. Drops it off there for number 17. Dumped down the ice. And that is going to go for icing. Davidson now to take the draw. It'll be off to the right of the Oshawa end. One there by Richmond Hill. The shot by Rennie is back down low. Trying to get around the defender. Good job to get around Davidson, but the pass is out in front. Back to the blue line. Shot through a screen. Blocked away by Parker Shaw. Kept in now by Rennie, though. Rennie puts it in behind the net. Out in front. As they try and find that loose puck. Taken away here again by Emerson Davis. Off the boards and out. Got it up here for Jacob Bartlett, who couldn't get to the loose puck there. Right on net is blocked away by Featherstone on the right corner. Back in behind the net goes Braden Davidson to try and win the battle. He makes the hit in behind the goal. Taken away here from center. Conlon Kennedy tried to get to it. Gets it to the other side as they look for an open lane for Ethan Sterling, who dumps it in. Sterling puts it off into the corner now. As they're going here for another hit. Max Hutchings tried to get it, and here comes Richmond Hill through center, swept off the stick. Through center, it's Max Hutchings dumping it in. Back in behind the net for icing. Face-off is coming off now to the right of the Oshawa end. Trying to get this loose puck and tip it back to the line. And it's LePage coming after it. Coming around the boards now. Tipped out through center, kept in by Richmond Hill. Shot on net, hitting a stick off the netting and out of play. Face-off is coming off now to the left of the Oshawa end. Trying to shoot the puck. Pushes it off to the side. Shot on goal. It's going in wide past Parker Shaw. Here comes Max Hutchings after it now with a lead pass. Trying to get it up here for Conlon Kennedy as they go back into their own end. Goes Richmond Hill after it. From behind the goal, it gets pushed over here to the left side. That lead pass was up there for Hutchings, who couldn't handle it. LePage is going to dump this right back in. From their own end. Chapman tried to get to it. That gets sent down the ice. All the way down, but no icing. Blowing from behind the goal now. Elliott blowing up through center. Tries to make his way through. Gets it in behind the goal, and he'll take a hit. Taken away by Oshawa again. Back to the corner for Blowen, who's going to take a hit again. Braden Davidson's going to try and help out Blowen and cut it out. Back to the line for Zach Nash. Nash's shot. It got blocked on the way through. Still a rebound here from the side. And they can't bury it. And Blowen's going to get taken down out in front. Shaw's going to the bench for the extra attacker. Over here now for Blowen. Blowen trying to get away from the defender from behind the net. And we'll get a penalty. Bartlett's now going to take this draw. Now it's going to be Braden Davidson to come in and take it. Davidson trying to win the draw, and he does. Gets it back to the line now for Riley Brandt. The throw is taken away and all the way down the ice. Parker Shaw's got to try and stop that. From behind his own goal goes Ethan Sterling now. Sterling starting at the power play from his own end. And gets an opportunity to dump all the way back into the Richmond Hill end. Jackman, it looks like he's not going to be returning here for the game. Had to leave in that second period after being hit from behind. From behind the goal, Parker Shaw is going to touch this up. And we're going to get a roughing penalty coming to Oshawa. Face-off is off to the left of Parker Shaw. Picked up here by Pang, back to the line of shot. Stopped by Shaw, who sweeps it behind. Pang from behind the goal now. Trying to get around the defender, drops it back to the line. Pang picks it up, sets it up in front. Good job by Sterling. Got a stick on it. Moines to the front of the goal is stopped by Shaw and held on to. Face-off now is coming just off to the left of the Oshawa end. Bartlett will win that draw. Slapped around the boards here now for Riley Brandt. Brandt trying to tip it free up here for Sterling, but couldn't go with it. Sterling and Brandt tried to make that loose puck. Bringing it up over the line now is O'Meara. He shoots it. Blocked away by Parker Shaw. Into the netting and out of play. Niccolo will take this draw. Now he'll get kicked out of it. Blowen will take it in the defensive end and wins it. Emerson Davis out around. Owen Dobbs. He tied things up there in that second period, which is where we're standing now at 2-2. Jackman got the first one for Oshawa. Pang got the first goal for Richmond Hill, and I'm not sure who got their second goal on the power play. Dobbs trying to set this up in front. From behind the goal now. Owen Dobbs trying to win the battle. Taken away here by Richmond Hill. Not out. Good job by Emerson Davis to hold the line. Now cleared away through center for Richmond Hill. Owen Dobbs picks that up. Coming up over the line to cut in. He's going to get cut off as it goes off to the left corner. Moynes is going to go for the hit there on Dobbs. Walking it out. Owen Dobbs from behind the net. Wrap around. Not going to be able to convert. Drops it back to the line instead. A shot is getting blocked. Still loose and poked away. Zach Naish has it. Naish fires it right back in where it came from behind the goal now. Richmond Hill will get an opportunity to skate with it out of their own end. Flipped away and dumped in the zone. Naish will flip it up into his own bench and out of play. Face-off is won by Richmond Hill. Here comes a chance to bring it in up over the line and reach over the center of the zone. Knocked down by Zach Naish in his own end. Naish can't clear. Here comes Chan now. Back to the blue line. Shot. Good block on the way through by Braden Davidson as he brings it in. Davidson's on his own. Stop there by Featherstone with a big stop with a stick as Braden Davidson had the wide open net and Featherstone just came up with a key stop to keep this at 2-2. Davidson puts us back in the zone. Wrapped around the boards here for Richmond Hill as they get it out. Hutchings is after it now. Max Hutchings from his own end along with Ethan Chapman. From their own end, they try and bring it in against Emerson Davis and couldn't do so. Hutchings tries to make his way through. From their own end is LePage to try and get it out. Richmond Hill from their own end will get it over here. Sue with a pass. Dumped all the way into the corner. From behind the net there goes Elijah LePage after it. Along with Memoliti, number 10 for Richmond Hill. Sent on net. Stopped by Shaw again. And this one will cover up. Face-off is off to the left now of the Oshawa end. Fired back in as she tries to tip it out against Dobbs. Harder on the boards, gets knocked down here by Oshawa as they try and get it out of their own end. It's Elliot Blowen. Blowen from his own end will backhand it over here to the side. Trying to find an open lane there was Riley Brandt along with Zach Naish. Ready foot, shot, good block there by Sterling, who got a stick on it. That leads to Riley Brandt with a pass. He's not going to get there. Owen Dobbs tries to put pressure on and cause a turnover. It'll come over here to the other side where Blowen will accept the turnover and dump it back into the Richmond Hill end. Zach Naish will get it and dump it around the corner. Behind the net now is Richmond Hill with control of it. Trying to get this out of their own end, will go for the pass. Up through center comes number 17 up over the line, and he drops it off here for number 10 who can't get to it. Over the stick of Riley Brandt, and coming up here through center for Richmond Hill, it gets dumped in. Over the stick, and Moynes has got to pick that up. Moynes from his own zone will lead it in. Trying to get up over the line with a shot on net. It's going in wide behind the goal again. Bartlett will put it in behind there for Naish. As Zach Naish tried to tip it out of his own end. Here comes a chance now. Braden Davidson will flip it to himself as he's going to try and be the first one on the puck behind the goal. Davidson walking out, stopped by Featherstone. Stole it from the side, and they can't jam it in from the right side of the net. Chapman back to the line. Here comes a chance for Davis to let one go. Instead, pushes it behind the net for Braden Davidson, who takes a hit from behind the goal now. It'll get cleared, but not out of the zone. Almost 5 minutes left to go here in the third period. Tied up at 2. Looking to set it up in front now. Goes back to the line and over here to the other side. Emerson Davis, a shot, is going in wide of the net. Tipped in behind the goal now. From the side of the net, it comes out. Jacob Bartlett waiting in front for a pass. It's not going to get to him, though. Moynes from behind the net will clear this all the way down. It's going to roll all the way down and go for icing. Blowen's now going to take the draw just off to the right of the Richmond Hill end. They get an opportunity to clear with a lead pass out of their own zone. That's over the stick of everybody right on net. Parker Shaw covers it up, and he'll hold on to it. Face-off is coming off now to the right of the Oshawa end and gets one. Back to the blue line. A shot is going into the corner past Strober. Zach Nash went for the hit in the corner. Tipping it in behind the net goes Ethan Sterling after it now. Knocked down here by Richmond Hill as Max Hutchings tried to get it out. And that'll come free through center. Conlon Kennedy coming back after it in his own end. Trying to bring this all the way in. Nash went for the hit. Instead, keeps it alive against Pang. Still loose here from the side. Stober. Back to the blue line. That's going to go up and out of play. Face-off is coming back into the Oshawa end and one. Here comes a shot through a screen by Sue. Caught there by Parker Shaw. Face-off again, just off to the left, right of Shaw. Sue has control of it. Over here to the side. Shot through a screen. Stopped by Shaw as he saw it all the way through. Face-off is now coming off to the left of the Oshawa end. Shot through a screen. It's going in wide from behind the goal now. Emerson Davis trying to win the battle. Big hit and cleared away. Chance to race after this for Owen Dobbs. But Moynes is going to get there first and take it from behind the goal now. Moynes will fire it around here. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here for sloshing. And the penalty goes to Oshawa, so it's going to be Richmond Hill power play with 3:35 left. Blown trying to win this battle here in the corner. Pang will pick it up and try and get this back to the line. Pang goes back to the blue line there for Foco, who gets it over here to the other side from Moynes. Foco's shot is going in wide. From behind the goal goes Elijah LePage. Around the boards here. Goes back to the line for Foco again. Foco gets through. Shot on net. Stopped by Shaw. Foco keeps it alive and throws it up in front. Trying to keep this in. Can't do it. That leads to a chance for Owen Dobbs back up the other way. Dobbs has got to get around Moynes here for the opportunity. Sets one to the net. It gets blocked. Still loose here from the side now. Went for the hit. And here comes Richmond Hill through center. Good job there by Elliott blowing to stick to him. Behind the goal goes Sterling after it. Sterling trying to control Pang here on the other end. Pang has a man sitting in the front. That goes back to the line and gets kept in by Richmond Hill. Foco shot, redirected wide. Blowen picks it up. Blowen slaps it around, and that's going to get out. All the way down the ice and back into the corner. Featherstone will keep this from behind his own net. From their own zone, they start this out. Going for this lead pass through center. Makes his way in, and that's Rennie, who's not going to get through. From behind the net goes Stober after it now. Stober for Rennie, and Rennie can't shoot it. Stober has his opportunity now. Chan trying to get here as well. Stober has control of it, and he will have it at the line and push it over. Here comes a chance to shoot it through a screen, and Chan couldn't tip it. Now Rennie throws it up in front. Nobody there. That's going to be a hand pass to Richmond Hill. Bartlett's going to take this draw. He'll win it. Here comes Ethan Chapman now. He'll send it away down the ice. Back into the corner from behind the goal now. He'll start it from his own end and spin away from the checker. That's Foco who has control of it, and he'll turn it over for Braden Davidson. Davidson to the front of the net where Chapman was trying to tip it. Hard around the boards and that'll come out. All the way down here into the corner. Right after it here is Emerson Davis. Generals have killed off that slashing penalty, so away they come with Bartlett. He'll lose it. That leads to a 2 chance back up the other way for Richmond Hill. A pass, a shot, and a stop there. Batted out of the air by Emerson Davis, who clears it away. Davidson cleans that down the ice, and that is going to go for icing. Riley Brandt to take this defensive draw versus Rennie, who wins it. Pang won the draw. Max Hutchings has it. Hutchings tried to make his way through against Brandt as well. Through center. Richmond Hill will have that puck in their own end. Dumped up through center by Foco onto the stick of Ethan Sterling. Trying to get through here, and that is coming back into the Richmond Hill end. From their own zone, he's going to move it out. Big hit into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. A late power play with 19 seconds left to go on the clock. Oshawa has a chance here to win it. Working on their power play. From behind the net, Max Hutchings went after it. Back here to the blue line. Here comes Zach Nish. Can't shoot. Keeps it alive. Shot to the net. Right in front of the goal. Featherstone kicks it away. Another shot to the net. That's going to get blocked. And that's going to about do it here for the game. Both teams are going to finish this one in a 2-2 tie. There's the final shot on net. That'll get stopped by Featherstone. So both teams are going to pick up a point here on Super Bowl Sunday in Richmond Hill. And Oshawa will keep their point streak alive. Thank you for watching. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman.